Hi, welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Sabrina Register. We are in Vancouver, Washington today for the Association of Washington Cities annual convention. And joining me right now, Mayor of Mukilteo, Mayor Joe Marine. So nice to see you.
Well, you're good to see you. It's great to be back, and nice to see you again.
Last time we talked, I think we chatted about some development. It's been going on quite some time.
Yes.
Down by the waterfront. A lot of people, of course, very familiar. They take the ferry from Mukilteo. Lovely spot down there. What all have you been doing to kind of change things and develop things in a thoughtful way down there?
Well, and you're right, the process has been taking years. The people who live around Mukilteo, and as you mentioned, the people who have taken the ferry, since the 1940s, there's 20 acres of that waterfront that was taken over by the Department of Defense. Originally by the Army, they literally had a munitions storage area there, and they'd built the long pier. In the 50s, they turned that over to the Air Force and put up fuel tanks. Those were built in the 50s, and those had been, there were 10 tanks there, and it had been that way until the last decade. We were working with Congress. We got those tanks removed. We're still working on the transfer of the property from the Department of Defense, and looks like that may be happening this year, getting it transferred over. That will be transferred to the Port of Everett, and we have a working group for a multimodal facility. It's not only Washington State Ferries, Sound Transit, the Port of Everett, the City of Mukilteo, the City of Everett on the far end. About a tank and a half of that property to the east is actually in the City of Everett. And also working with NOAA, closest to on the west end over by Silver Cloud. A lot of people aren't even aware NOAA has a facility there on 1.1 acres, and that will also be transferred directly to NOAA. We're working with them to basically put in a whole new facility to allow access that people can, like an education center. NOAA does great work in the Puget Sound, and what they do is important, and a lot of people don't know they're there. So getting that word out, especially to students and people.
People enjoying the waterfront
absolutely.
Right there.
It's so many people come down there that that's a perfect site for them. Not just to visit a lighthouse, now they can visit NOAA and they can enjoy our waterfront.
Once that transfer is complete, one of the biggest things that people will notice is the eventual, the moving of the ferry terminal, yes?
Correct. They have gone through a study. This has been going on, I think it's the third time they went through a study on it, but our final one, they've come down to a preferred alternative. They had brought it down to 4, now we've got a preferred alternative, which we are in favor of. There were 2 of the alternatives that put the new terminal on that property, on that multimodal area that we've been trying to get from the Department of Defense. One of those, the preferred alternative, is there. So we know now that it will be moved. That gives us a number of opportunities, not only now to start raising money to get it built, but we know what is left. We know where the footprint is, where's the land that's left, what can we, working with the partners, what can that be? We're looking at open spaces, we're looking at a promenade, the length of the waterfront, connecting the park that we have down there already, Lighthouse Park, over by the lighthouse, and connecting that to about a 1-mile promenade along the waterfront.
What other ideas are you toying with?
Well, this year, around October, they're supposed to start construction on the Sound Transit station. We've had a platform down there for a number of years. Now they're actually building the station. It had been put off, tying into kind of the transfer of the rest of the property. We're working on putting in a pedestrian bridge. One of the issues we have is there's very poor access to the waterfront. We have one old bridge, very narrow, to get down to the waterfront area. So tying in a pedestrian bridge to that Sound Transit, we're also looking at, knowing the footprint we have for some of the parking, I've brought forward to Sound Transit and the ferries to look at some automated parking. It's newer to the West Coast. There's only a couple of locations, but they've been doing it East Coast, they've been doing it in Europe. That literally you can fit 3 times the number of parking spaces as you would in, say, a standard parking garage. And the other problem when you're talking waterfront and view property, you want to really minimize that impact. And so building a large concrete parking structure probably isn't the way to go.
Takes away from the beauty down there.
Have some vision. Let's look at some of the, I hesitate to even say new technology. It's new for us, but it's certainly been around, tried and true in other places.
All right. Joe Marine, thanks so much. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but we'll look forward to see what happens with that waterfront area. Thank you.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Thanks for watching Comcast Newsmakers Headline News at the top and bottom of the hour.